What's happening, y'all? Listen, I wanted to drop this video real quick because this is something that I noticed in my own situation when dealing with the narcissist, but this is something that I've never actually heard explained on any other platform the way that I'm about to explain it. And it's mainly about triangulation. And the reason that I wanted to do this video is because most of the time when we hear about triangulation, you hear about triangulation from the standpoint of the narcissist triangulating you with other supplies or new supplies, and that absolutely does happen, and that actually happened in my situation as well. But I want to talk about the triangulation that the narcissist uses with the target and the people involved, the flying monkeys, that kind of thing. So the reason, like I said, I wanted to do this video is because there was a lot of basically facade maintenance that was going on in my situation with the narcissist. It's like basically the narcissist was using her flying monkeys against me to basically prop up whatever story she was trying to tell, me or whatever. It's like, think about it like this: is the narcissist's whole life is like a picture, like a blank canvas, and then they add this flying monkey, and this flying monkey helps to paint the picture that the narcissist wants to see. So if the narcissist wants to see a beautiful relationship, this kind of thing, whatever picture that they're trying to paint, if they want to acquire you as a new love interest, that kind of thing, then they will use one of their flying monkeys to make it seem like, oh yeah, and you know what, this person has really liked you for a long time, that kind of thing. So and then they'll also use that same flying monkey when it comes to the discard. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they'll use a flying monkey as a prop in their situation, or as a prop to hold up the story that, oh yeah, this person really likes you, they really want to be with you, you know what I'm saying, that kind of thing. Also, the narcissist will also use flying monkeys in the sense of, like I said, facade maintenance when it comes down to painting a picture and, basically just finessing the situation into making you believe that it's something that it's not. And this is all like targeted towards the victim. They will make it seem like they're a great parent, and they'll use their children to keep that facade up. So when you come around and their child is around, they'll make sure that their child is on their best behavior. They'll make sure that their child speaks very respectfully. They'll make sure that their child is, presenting like, that they really like you as well, and that they, want to be included in your life, that kind of thing. So like I said, again, in my situation, the narcissist that I was dealing with had a child prior to the one that I had with her. And she basically utilized the first child to make it seem like she was an excellent mother, and like she was just this loving person that everybody wanted to be around, everybody wanted to, everybody just doted over and that kind of thing. So she was actually using these people in her life as props. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, like, think about like a movie set. It's like, this person was used to make her look like a great mother. This person was used to look, to make her look like a great friend. This person was used to make her look like a great lover, that kind of thing. And then even when it came down to a lot of her family members, and like after the discard and all of that stuff kind of came in my situation, she utilized her family members to not only attack me, but even I guess after the attacks that they tried to, like, use on me, I didn't bite, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't taking the bait whenever they would try to like antagonize me in any type of way, or like press me into any type of situation where I would react, or I would, respond in a negative way that would get me, that would basically dig the hole deeper on my end of things. Basically, it got to the point where when those attacks wouldn't work, then she tried to utilize those same flying monkeys, those same people, to like, oh, she really loves you. Oh, what do you think about marriage? Like, even, I told you guys in a lot of, my other videos how poorly her mom treated me, once my son was born. And, basically throughout the, like, throughout the love bombing stage, of course, she was showing me off to her mom and making it seem like, I was the next best thing to sliced bread to her mother when I first came around. And, but then once she was ready to devalue and discard and move on to another supply and all of that kind of stuff, she was first utilizing her mom to attack me. But then when I wouldn't bite the attacks, then she would utilize her, mother as kind of like, well, you guys should kind of stay together. Well, what do you think about marriage? Well, and her mom started asking me weird questions, because it was weird because I'm like, what y'all just put me through the entire pregnancy. What the last like year has been about. But of course, they're going to act like nothing happened. They're going to try to move on, sweep things under the rug, and act like, whatever is really a problem isn't a problem. They don't want to take accountability for anything. And what they were trying to do was bait me into a situation where I reacted, so they can use my reaction as a reason for why they were treating me the way that they were. That's why I try to tell you guys to like hold your water when people are trying to provoke and press you, because it could literally be saving you, number one, your life, because you don't know what type of traps or setups these people have behind the scenes. But then, just your freedom and just your overall peace. Like, now that I'm out of the situation and looking back on it, I'm so glad that I did respond the way that I did. And I'm so glad that, number one, from a spiritual standpoint, because I know a lot of you guys understand that this is spiritual warfare. So I am glad that I allowed myself to take my own personal ego out of things and allow God to step in and be, and take vengeance into his own hands, what I'm saying, on the situation. But at the same time, I'm also, glad that, I just didn't allow myself to get stooped to their level. They were really trying to get me to act as crazy and as wild as they were. I didn't realize, of course, that they were, this crazy and wild until it was too late. Unfortunately, it was something that I still had to face and deal with, but I just wouldn't allow them to, bring me down to their level when it came down to how I responded to things. So when they can't use the flying monkeys to triangulate you, like I said, this is all a big triangulation game. They use everybody to triangulate. So if they're trying to make the old supply jealous, they'll use new supply. If they want to make the new supply jealous, they'll go back and run back to the old supply. If they want to paint a picture that they're a great person, they have friends set up for that. If they have, if they want to look like a great parent, they have children specifically for that. So in my situation, and this is another reason why I want to kind of tell you guys to like, why it's important to go no contact and stay no contact, because think about what I'm saying right now. It's like they use every little piece of their life, every little prop that they have set up to gain more supply in a different area. So when you start to pull yourself out, like think about if her son was old enough not to go along with her plan and he just decided, you know what, I'm not going to go along with that. I'm not going to, paint you out. I'm not going to help you paint the picture of being, a great mother when I know you're not that kind of thing. And he just pulled out of that situation. Now she doesn't have him to utilize to make it seem like she's just this great mother. And then maybe I would have saw me as the target. I would have saw the red flags way before they came. Or on the flip side, like think about if the flying monkey had removed herself, like, her best friend, if she had removed herself from the situation and she had gone no contact, basically the way that they hold the story up of her being a great person is like, the flying monkey would come around and praise this person up. So think about you being a new supply and you not knowing really anything about this person. This person is presenting that they're a great person to you, and then all of a sudden you got flying monkeys coming around and they're also pretty much stamping the fact that, oh, you know what, she is a great person. Oh, you know what, she does really like you. She likes you a lot. I've never seen her act like this with nobody else. That kind of thing. So it's like when you realize that that's what's going on, you gotta make better choices. You know what I'm saying? You gotta recognize that these people don't mean you no good. And a lot of them, I'm not saying that all of them are acting maliciously, because like I said, her son was being used as a flying monkey. I don't think that he was acting maliciously, because I don't even think that he understood what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, these people are literally just props. So when you pull yourself out of the situation, now they have to figure out how to fix that hole in their story. Now they have to figure out, okay, well, and then they lose the power to triangulate. You know what I'm saying? They lose the power to now utilize you to make the new person jealous. So now they got to go off and run off to another person to try to make the new supply that they ran off and left you for look jealous. They can't run back to you and come back to you and think that they're going to like leave that person hanging, and then it's just like a smooth transition. Now that you remove yourself, now they have to go on to new supply and try to figure something else out. And when they do that, now you have to also realize that that goes against the picture that they want to paint. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why you got to understand that when you remove, you just taking yourself out of the equation actually does cause a ripple effect, like in their whole life. You know what I'm saying? If you go no contact, stay no contact, especially for those of you who are grade A supply. You know what I'm saying? If you remove yourself from that situation, they can no longer use you as a triangulation tool with other supplies, and not only just other supplies, flying monkeys. You know what I'm saying? Like the people in their family, their friends, that kind of thing, their co-workers, stuff like that. They can no longer, of course, they're going to go and smear you and paint the picture as you being a horrible person and all of that kind of stuff. But you have to, stand in your own character. And basically, when you stand in your own character, people start to realize who you actually are, and all of that stuff eventually fades away. My smear campaign was only bad in the sense of to her family, because I was actually trying to be involved. I wanted to be there. I wanted to actually, I saw my family and her family merging to the point where we would have a beautiful, situation going forward. Even if her and I didn't stay together, I felt like my family and her family, because of the presentation that her family gave me, I felt like my family and her family coming together would, basically just make a power team. Like we had a lot of stuff that we could have actually complimented each other on, but instead, instead of peace, they wanted war, that kind of thing. So like I said, I just wanted to drop this because I had actually never heard anybody talk about how the narcissist triangulates with flying monkeys. They also triangulate, with their kids being also flying monkeys. But just breaking it down into like layman terms, they will use everybody in their life as a prop. You know what I'm saying? They're actually using their parents to paint the picture of them being like a victimized child, that kind of thing. So, she would paint the picture of, oh my God, my mom used to treat me like this, and my mom used to treat me like that, da 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 da. And then all of a sudden, when the discard came, it was, I'm just like my mother. I don't need you. I don't need to be with nobody. That kind of thing. So it's like, it's like all of it is just a facade, and they're trying to maintain the facade. And some of these flying monkeys know what they're doing, but some of them don't, and I can honestly say I was able to see that some of these flying monkeys just were completely oblivious to what was going on, and they were just blindly believing what the narcissist was telling them. And because they were blindly believing it, they were just acting on stuff. And when they started acting on stuff, I was being affected by it. And they didn't even realize that they were hurting an innocent person at the time, because they were just listening to this person's lies and listening to this person, basically their delusional stories. So, like I said, I just wanted to drop that on y'all lot, man, because I feel like I've heard triangulation explained a lot of different ways, but I have never actually heard it from the standpoint from where, they're actually triangulating and just using these people as just props to gain more supply. So I'm going to use this person to gain this. I'm going to use this person to gain this. If those don't work, I'll get rid of these people and I'll, recruit new people. It's like an ongoing game, and you will never, win if you're trying to stay in it and play with them. You know what I'm saying? You have to like just pull yourself completely out of the situation, pull all of your energy out of it, pull all of your attention out of the situation, and then just move forward with your life. You know what I'm saying? And that's unfortunate because this is somebody, I know that you genuinely love, you genuinely care about this person, you genuinely had your heart open to trying to make a situation work that was just unworkable. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I just wanted to drop that on y'all lap, man. And hopefully, man, I can get back to y'all later on this week. I got a few things coming up, and it's a real busy week. But I hope to tap in with y'all real soon. I absolutely love y'all. Thanks for all of the support. If y'all new here and you made it to the end of the video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Obviously, we are here for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So just tap in with me, and I will chop it up with y'all soon, man. Love y'all.